Our second game has our hometown Telstar Rebel boys squaring off against the Tigers from Forest Hills. And now for your starting lineups. For Forest Hills, freshman number 5, Jackson Desjardins. Sophomore number 22, Maddox Cuddy. Junior number 10, Liam Ashe. Senior number 2, Blaine Meadow. And senior number 3, Ryan Murray. Now let's get loud for our hometown Rebels. We'll start them off with sophomore number 3, Cooper Morgan. Junior number 2, Carter DePrey. Senior number 1, Rory Harden. Senior number 00, Brady Kellogg. And senior number 4, Brody Morgan. And for the cut trapper for this game, get your tickets ready. We get ticket number 2701112. 2701112.
Welcome back here for the second game of our doubleheader today, December 21st, 2024. Forest Hills Tigers versus Telstar Rebels. Interesting tip-off there by the Forest Hills. They had all their guys back on one side. Never seen that before.
Were they anticipating not winning the tip? Is that?
Apparently, but they didn't look like they were that outmatched on the tip. So that was an interesting thing. But Rebels coming off a tough loss last night. Mike, what are you looking for the first couple minutes here out of the Rebels?
For them to not have a memory, their energy, their communication, body language to be better, and their effort, to be honest, their aggressiveness.
Can you do the Yeah. And a basket there for number 5 for the Tigers. Ryan Burgoyne. So yeah, offensively for the Rebels, I know personally I'm looking to see them penetrate and get more catch and shoot threes, better looks than they had last night for DePrey and Hedden.
Yes, inside out. Everything that needs to be inside out. Get to the rim and then finish or kick. Brody's
Nice shot.
That's a good look by Brody. Nice follow.
Yeah, good follow. Ooh. Those are the types of passes and ball movement that I want to see early. That's deep 3 for Hedden.
There's no such thing.
Good board.
Let's see, there we go. Let's get that ball moving.
Forest Hills is in a 2-3. Coach calling timeout.
Coach calling an early timeout.
So let's talk about it. I know it's early, and people listening may think I'm critical of these boys, but I know them so well, and I've been part of what they're doing, and I want to see more energy, more enthusiasm, more aggression. Brody early fumbled 2 balls. He fumbled an easy catch. That's just not being into what you're doing in this moment.
So Coach Kimball using another early timeout. He did this last night a couple of times. He used 2 or 3 early in the first half. Uses a full timeout here to talk about maybe the Forest Hills defense and see what they're playing. Make some adjustments early. Maybe trying to avoid digging a hole like they did last night.
He seems, 2-0, and so it's not the score that's making him do it, but he's seeing something on the floor. He was a little fired up, so something is bothering him. Maybe it's possibly what I just mentioned with their energy.
That was the first thing that came to my mind, was maybe what you were talking about.
Last night was disappointing. These boys had big expectations, but it's just one game. My father actually said before the game started, one team's going to go to bed feeling good, and the other team's going to go to bed learning. And we learned. We have the opportunity to learn. It's whether we do something with what we learned yesterday.
Nice.
But
it's good effort by Morgan there.
take
Nice
by
take,
Brody.
Oh!
Doesn't fall. Good
Go up with it.
good fight by Cooper.
There we go.
Cooper Morgan with the bucket there.
Oh, that was at least 3 offensive rebounds, I think, by the Rebels.
Yeah. Rebels are going to start off the makes in that 1-3-1.
It looks like that's what they're doing.
One thing I noticed about that right off the bat is looks like Hedden's on the point of that, whereas Brody has been.
And I like Riley at the front of it, but Riley has a tendency to, when he gets beat, to try to tip and reach from behind, and I want him to stay stubborn longer, and that's a nice looking 3 from 5, so he can stroke it.
He has all their first 2 buckets, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. That's Jackson Desjardins for Forest Hills.
So Forest Hills is now in a 1-3-1.
So it seems to me, just comparing last night and tonight, that again Forest Hills, much like Valley, here and ready to play. Definitely not feeling outmatched by Telstar.
They also have a good basketball tradition. They were in the tournament last year. I watched them beat a team that I didn't think they were going to beat, but they were just very disciplined. They had a plan, and you can see they have a plan tonight. What that told me on that tip ball, Danny, is that they're defensive minded. Like they're not going to sacrifice any points anywhere, and they're going to be stingy, and that's why they conceded the chance to have any offense off the tip and said, we're not going to let you score.
Offensive rebound there.
On those free throws, you're the defensive team. You've got to get that rebound. You've got the other team outnumbered in the paint. There's really no excuse not to get the rebound on a missed free throw.
Heading to bring the ball up for the Rebels. Again, the Rebels are starting with Kellogg, Hedden, Dupre, Morgan, and Morgan.
Another fumbled ball.
That's going to be a foul on Kellogg, it looks like.
Yeah, Kellogg's had some foul trouble, I think, just about every game, maybe with the exception of one. But he's had early fouls in every game that I think I've watched.
You hate to see that foul 80 feet away from the basket, too. But
we talk about that each time, and that's a coach's nightmare, especially with a guy who is known for foul trouble.
Again, we're fortunate to have John. Nice job by Brody anticipating that. Nice pass ahead, diagonal pass. Nice play to the left hand. That was good stuff. Another Telstar basketball legend, Aaron Bean, just walked in the gym, sitting all by himself, trying to check out and see if the Telstar Rebels are as good as people are saying they are.
And he's father of 1,000-point scorer Jared Bean. Is that?
Yes, he is. He just took his hat off, Mom. Get the shiny head.
Dupre at the line for 2. And while Dupre's shooting, we're pleased to be joined by his grandparents from Fort Kent. They're watching today. Just heard that from Connor's father, DJ.
Aaron, I'm convinced Aaron would have been a 1,000-point scorer also, but he struggled with some injuries. We were scrimmaging one season early in the year during Christmas break, and Scott Haynes, a very good basketball player, was home from college for practice, and Aaron went up to shoot a layup, and he was practicing with us. And Scott went up to, and he was a great athlete, to block his shot and broke Aaron's wrist. End of the season, his junior year, so that was a tough year. He was off to a really good start.
that stinks.
And then he had some injuries, and some other years too. But Aaron was a very, very good player. We probably played thousands of games at one-on-one together.
Coach Kimball calling for Idaho here. Morgan for 2.
Good to go.
Brody's first bucket of the game.
That was a good set.
Yeah, you'd like to see Brody get involved early. Looks like the Rebels are going to be in a man here. A little bit of an extended man, but good take there. Rebels with the rebound. Morgan pitches ahead to Hedden.
Yes.
That's a nice one.
That's all right.
Good take there. That's been a little bit of a weakness for the Rebels this year, is finishing those fast breaks.
Yes, and I know for a fact Coach addressed that at Thursday's practice and did a drill that's designed to go up strong and finish with contact, and I think he's going to implement that in most practices going forward.
Riley's a very quick player, and I think he can do that to just about anyone who's guarding him if he has the space.
Morgan for 3.
Brody's getting it going. I'm going to push back a little bit, Andy. Riley, did you say fast or quick? Riley's really quick and crafty with the ball. He's got to do it in short bursts like he just did, because teams will recover, like if you're going the length of the court. But no, I agree with you. He can get by in short space.
Yeah.
Rebels again in that full court man. Up 8-6 early here, halfway through the first period.
Good box out. Push.
Morgan looking to push.
You got numbers.
Has Hedden in the corner, finds him.
That's that craftiness we were talking about.
Yep.
It's amazing what you can do with just a little ball fake or a little head fake.
Good looking shot there. He's their leading scorer. Coach is going to take a timeout off the make.
This Jordan's again, number 5.
He looks young. How old is he?
He is a 9th grader.
Wow, freshman.
Yep.
The Rebels off to a okay start. Down 9-8 here, halfway through the first period.
By my count, this Jordan has all of their points. So
interesting. So let's see if the Rebels can make an adjustment there to combat him.
3 threes as a freshman.
yeah.
And I think he's 3-for-3. Has he missed?
That might be right.
He's
Offensively for the Rebels, Morgan with 5, Brody Morgan with 5, Cooper Morgan with 2, and then Connor with 1 at the free throw line. Good crowd here today for a Saturday game. Looks like the Mike's girls won the couch yet again, so another $20 well invested.
knowing that Forest Hills right now only has 1 scorer. I mean, if you're Coach Kimball, what are you maybe doing to change that?
Once he got rid of if he does not have the ball, I'd face guard him.
Yeah.
I would face guard him all game long and not let him catch.
Rebels are going to check in Johnny Marshall and Reggie Billings here.
Earlier than normal, Danny.
Yeah, halfway through the first. Johnny had a good game last night, though. I would argue probably the best game of the Rebels offensively. And they'll turn it over here. Good pitch ahead. And good block there by Hedden, but the Tigers will maintain possession.
I'm not sure who that foul was going to be on. There were 2 Rebels there.
I don't think they called the foul. I think it was,
called it out of bounds.
They called it a clean block, so. Tigers aren't afraid to shoot the threes either, so this could be a battle of who shoots the best tonight. Take the air by number 2 for the Tigers, Blaine Nadeau.
5 is a confident freshman. He's calling for the ball. He knows how to get open. I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of these smaller Class D schools play varsity as 8th graders. It does not look like this is his first year playing varsity basketball. I wouldn't be surprised if he played as an 8th grader.
Yeah, there was actually last night, I think it was Valley had a couple of 8th graders on the roster. They didn't get any time, but I did notice that.
When I spoke with Coach Thurlow early in between games here, he mentioned that Forest Hills their whole school is 32 people. And between the boys and the girls basketball team, 18 of them are on the basketball team. So that wouldn't surprise me at all.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
And especially to be able to compete.
Absolutely.
And again, that probably goes back to that tradition that you were talking about.
Yeah, it just builds on itself. My first time ever to Jackman,
It's a good
I
look.
went on my first snowmobile ride ever with Vernon Davis and a bunch of other guys, and Amos Kimball over there, and didn't know what I was in for. And we left Bethel, and we rode all the way to Jackman and back. I think it was like a 320-mile trip. I did not get back when I told my wife, my ex-wife, when I would be back, and that was my first experience with Jackman. Long, long day.
Yeah.
You mentioned that. I think if it wasn't for Vernon Davis, we might still be lost on one of the lakes up there from years ago.
On Bagog, he saved you?
He saved us, yeah.
In the boat?
No, on snowmobiles. Yeah, we were going across the lake, and I don't know how we ended up running across him, but we couldn't find the trail, and he led us back to civilization.
Their camp.
So.
They actually took us back to their camp and
Yeah.
let us get warm and then sent us back to Nuri.
Heading with a 3 there. Ties the game up at 11 here with 2 minutes to play in the first quarter.
You guys feel a lot of energy, though, or does it feel just kind of ho-hum, a little flat, like no?
Yeah, very ho-hum, especially, even last night there was energy.
Yes, there was. And I think, again, they're kids, and people may hear me be critical up here, but we have our eye on a bigger prize than most years, and that's why you're going to hear some criticism, because I know this team can compete for something special. But with that being said, they had high hopes for yesterday, and it is. They're kids, and it was disappointing. They had a lot of people here. They had a lot of people come to see them for the first time, and you can't help but think that, we don't want them to feel this way, but that they let our fans down, and it may take them a little while to get over that.
Yeah, and it's also third game in 4 nights. Christmas break looming, so just one of those tough trap games that you really got to be mentally tough, I think, to battle through.
We got Dakota coming in. Did we see Dakota last night?
Not sure that we did.
I don't recall seeing him come in.
So he's checking in for Brody here. Brody with 2 fouls, so that's probably why. Coach Kimball trying to avoid that foul trouble. 11-11 here, a little under 2 minutes to play in the first. There's Dakota right off the bench.
Dakota will play good defense. He's an Oxford Hills transfer.
He's going to jump on the leading scorer for the Tigers, the freshman.
See, he will recover. Look at him recover. Yeah, he may be our quickest defender in space.
And Jackson Desjardins, the freshman, at the line for 2. Leading scorer here, both teams.
Yeah.
He's got a nice looking shot, nice looking release, good backspin.
Yeah, you can see, you talked about the tip-off, but even on the free throws, Forest Hills has 2 guys beyond half court. They're ready to play D.
And yeah, Forest Hills is 5 for 6 from the line so far, and the Rebels have only had 2 attempts from the line.
Turnover there from Hedden.
I like the idea of getting into the paint. Just going to be able to do something when we get in there. He did draw 2 people. I think he was trying to make a pass, but he just fumbled the ball a little bit.
One thing I'd like to see the Rebels do is get...
Nice defense by Connor.
Connor with good D, and Connor's gotten to the basket a couple of times, but I'd like to see them get him those catch and shoot opportunities. I just feel like last night they weren't able to get him early. Like, let's get him 3 or 4 looks early. Here he is with the rebound, pushing.
Yeah, and on that last turnover, maybe just come back to the ball a little bit. It's
Andy, don't make the pass. That was a foolish cross-court soft pass that shouldn't have been made.
They seemed to make a lot of those last night. They were.
Yes, they did. They first half they tried to skip one from this baseline all the way over the top, a soft lob, and Valley was just waiting for that, and off they went to the races.
Dupre at the line again here for his 3rd and 4th free throws of the night. 2 for 3 so far.
Number 12 from Valley last night did tell Connor that he was the best defensive player that he'd faced so far this season, which was a nice compliment. Nice of him to say.
Connor makes them both.
Probably not a surprise for you guys. You talked a lot about his defense over the last few games.
I know it's early, but who is leading the way tonight for defensive player of the game? There's Connor. Right back to the basket.
I think he got more fouled by his own teammate there.
Reggie and Grady are our 2 best. They attack the glass consistently. Unless something special happens, Connor's always going to be in the top of that list because he's just balling up every time. Dakota could take it away from him. And Brody. Well, Brody's on the bench with foul trouble yet again.
Billings misses the first of 2. 15-13, Tigers in the lead. 22 seconds to play here in the first period. One of 2 at the line for Billings.
Rebels 4 for 6 from the free throw line, so it's not too bad.
Right down to Desjardins. Billings back the other way.
Oh, that's one of those dangerous passes.
Dupre to Hedden back to Dupre. Dupre for 3. Not a bad look with the clock, but again, I just want to see him catch and shoot as opposed to shooting off the dribble. I think he's more successful.
He is, but in that situation, I think it was more time and score.
Yeah, for sure. So the Rebels, after the first quarter, down 15-14 here. A little bit lackluster start for the Rebels. Hanging in there, but not a ton of energy so far. We'll see if we can change that. Even the crowd tonight seems a little dull.
I don't see any reason why the Rebels can't come out here and 4 or 5 minutes into this game be up 10. You know, if they push it, and if they pick it up a little bit, of course, Forest Hills is, they're probably capable of doing the same thing, I suppose.
Yeah, I agree. I think we might need to get somebody, Yosemite Sam or something out here to get the crowd fired up. It's awfully quiet tonight.
I like that idea.
I like this.
Yes.
Great. It's great.
We got a couple of good. Gage got the best hair in the league.
Oh, yeah.
So the Rebels are going to start with Kellogg, Hedden, Billings, Dakota Cielo, and Connor Dupre.
Maybe everyone had a Christmas party last night, Danny. That's why maybe the crowd, at least. That's why they're sitting on their hands.
Could be.
We haven't given them a lot. I mean, if you cheer, if you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
Win the crowd. What do they say in Gladiator? Win the crowd, win your freedom.
Right.
Morgan Brothers on the bench to start the second here.
Great movie, by the way.
Russell Crowe.
On the floor. Reaching and not.
That's a walk. I know you don't think that's a travel, but that's a travel.
In 1970, but not anymore. But I'm more focused on if Connor goes to the floor.
Okay.
If Connor goes to the ground, he reached for the loose ball. They got lower, hips got lower, he won, and that created a layup. Worst case scenario, you dive on the floor, you create a jump ball, and there's no layup, and the score is 14-15.
What'd you guys see on that play? It looks like Rebels wanted a foul, but Forest Hills wanted an offensive. Good no call?
I don't think it was a bad no call.
Andy?
What's that?
What'd you see on that play?
I was surprised there wasn't a call. But I don't know. The charge versus the offense versus a blocking foul.
If he had to make a call, it would have been a defensive foul.
I like that play right there. Dupre knocks down the three.
I mean, I tend to err on the side of, I guess, let him play, because I hate what professional sports are now sometimes.
Good hustle.
Now he's on the floor.
Michael Point there.
There you go, and they're going to get a layup out of it.
Cielo for two.
Well, here's the crowd.
Yep.
That's what they want to see. They want to see
They got to get back.
energy.
Got to get back.
Looked clean, but that's gonna get called most of the time.
We just talked about this with Reggie on Thursday. He does have very long arms and he has pretty good off, so we're telling him to wait for his offensive player to leave the floor. He kind of did there. He just still was not straight up. He had his wrist kind of curled over the top of the ball, and that's what gets you the call.
I want to go back to that three made by Dupre. What created that was the inside pass to Kellogg and then going in and out. And I think that's when the Rebels are at their best. In and out, penetrating and dish.
There's no question about that. And hopefully, through tape, through seeing the results in the game, that they will figure that piece out. But I want to go back to that other possession with the layup. It started with Dakota's full court on-ball defense, which created a mistake, and then Connor dove to the floor, got the loose ball, and created a layup. That's a great move by Green.
Yeah, that's a
great move.
That's a big man move right there.
And Telstar has the size, so there's no reason he can't keep doing that.
Yeah, that's.
I'm trying to be fair. When I watched last night's game, I like our talent better. Yeah, I would choose, if I were to coach a team and have time with it, I would choose the Rebels over Valley. They just play better together.
Rebels with another steal here. Hedden looking to penetrate. And again, created off penetration. Rebels up 21-18, just under 7 minutes to play here in the second. Rebels on a little run here to start the second quarter.
Maybe you guys talked about it last night and I missed it, but that was something that seemed to miss, was that inside-out game. And when you do that, your good shooters like Riley and Dupre, they get better open looks, and it just didn't seem to happen last night. But
half, if not more, the things I say up here, I'm actually talking to the boys when they watch this game tomorrow, because that's what I care about.
Yeah.
I don't really. I mean, great if people are entertained at home, but that's not my focus. This energy changed when Dakota came on the floor. So Dakota's energy and his hustle and his aggressiveness has changed the energy in the gym, has changed the crowd, and that's all we need.
Well, that reminds me of when the Celtics used to put in Walter McCarty.
I love Walter.
Yeah, that was that.
So Rebels in a full court man.
See, probably a day late and $1 short. He could have had that pass. He wanted to, but he hesitates. Go.
Dupre looking to push, pitches ahead to Hedden. Hedden, Billings.
Again, another move.
One more. Yeah.
Okay. He had one more
That's
pass
a good
over.
shot, but Connor was wide open with his 60% catch and shoot corner three.
Yeah. Des Jardins again.
Don't care. That's good defense by Dakota.
Yeah.
Tigers are going to get the ball back here. It's 21-18 Rebels. Rebels making this little run here with 2 starters on the bench, like you said.
Don't take the
And we're going to get Cooper Morgan back in, and we're going to get number 33, Alex Doherty, who we were talking about earlier today. Freshman, he's going to get in the game for a little bit. We didn't see him last night.
We did not.
I don't think we saw him the game before either, so coach mixing up his rotations a bit.
We haven't seen him all year on a home game.
Nice.
I saw him once. But did coach talk to you at all about the rotations?
He did not. No. We saw him at that game against Rangeley, I think.
Yeah.
When they had that big lead.
That's Des Jardins again. Ties the game back up. Coach Kimball with a 30-second timeout. What do you think coach's thought process is here with this lineup that we really haven't seen much of?
I don't know.
So it's just to clarify, it's going to be.
Guessing he's doing it because he's fouled. He's got a couple players with 2, and he has had a problem in the past of keeping players in too long. Dakota has 2. I think I would have kept him on the court because of the spark he was doing, but sometimes when you're in there, you're thinking about so many different things, like a different set of eyes up here see something a little different than he may. He may not even realize how much of a spark Dakota gave his team, but he definitely did.
So it's going to be Dupre, Cooper Morgan, Reggie Billings, Riley Hedden, and Alex Doherty for the Rebels.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about it earlier, but right now, Des Jardins has 14 of their 21 points from my count. So
based on how quick Dakota is, right? That's a nice strong take. That could have been a foul.
Yeah. Rebels will get the ball back.
Based on how quick Dakota just showed that he is, and I think he is our quickest combination of speed and quickness on our team defensively. I would have him be the guy that face guards and says, this is your job. Don't let him catch the ball.
Yeah, and Johnny Marshall had a pretty quick stint tonight, whereas last night we saw extended minutes from him. So coach definitely mixing up the rotations. Could be matchups that he's seeing too. Des Jardins is going to go to the line for 2. (21-21). 5 minutes to play here in the second. Western Hills Access Television, YouTube.
Aaliyah over there across in the comfy chair, just acting like she's in her living room. Her dad does own the movie theater. She's actually acting like she's sitting in the movie theater watching a movie.
Marshall is going to check back in here, so just a quick breather for him. And Dupre is going to get a breather. Dupre is the Rebels' leading scorer with 6. Brody Morgan with 5, Riley Hedden with 3, Kellogg with 2, Dakota with 2. Doherty, good take.
Freshman hesitation though. He's a good shooter.
Yeah, he had a good shot there.
And I said Aaliyah. Aaliyah's over our house too. That's Althea. We have Althea, Aaliyah, Malia. A lot of ears.
Yeah. Des Jardins again, not able to fall. Rebound by Hedden, looking to push. Nothing doing. Down to Doherty. He'll swing it back around. Doherty's got nobody on him in the corner.
Yeah, he's wide open. Shoot that.
Nice looking shot there by Alex Doherty.
If he makes a couple of those, maybe they'll start guarding him.
Yeah, I mean, that's twice. He's been wide open in opposite corners.
And a rebound by
Yep, good outlet pass to Hedden. Hedden looking to push.
Yep. Oh, he had it.
Good.
Yeah. Good swing. Doherty's again in the corner.
Give it to him.
Shoot it. Good take. They're in that 2-3 and Hedden for 3. I have most of them. So yeah, they're in that 2-3 and Des Jardins, who's playing the low corner there, isn't popping out on that shooter.
There's 2 more for Des Jardins.
Yeah. 27-24 now, Rebels. Hedden with the ball. Yeah, Rebels now with a lead, but still kind of missing that energy. Will this provide it?
There
Doherty. And they just keep firing them if they're going to give you that corner three. Good pick by Billings. Doherty on the break.
Nice.
Good take by Doherty.
These are big minutes for the freshman. Nice and hit. Nice. He's all pumped up.
I think we have our answer as to why Coach Kimball put him in.
He's saying to himself, yeah, you have a good freshman, or we have one too.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing what confidence can do for a player? Like his confidence, he went from the first three he didn't take and then drove it nicely, just like that. Get in there. And now the confidence starts rolling, and now he's doing everything offensively and defensively.
Yeah, and keep taking it. I mean, geez, that low side is just wide open. We'll see if Forest Hills can make an adjustment, but
Connor needs to be in that corner when he gets back on the floor.
there's Jais Jardins.
And the Rebels had 2 good looks on that possession.
Hard foul there. Des Jardins back to the line. Yeah, the Rebels are having success when they get the ball to the corner right now and using that baseline.
Number 5 is a talented player. He sometimes, especially young players, they can do one or the other. They can either penetrate or shoot, but he can do both.
I'm sure he's leading their team in free throw attempts right now.
He's going to be a handful.
He is. I think the Rebels can exploit him on the offensive end a little bit, though. I think he still has some growth to do down there, and that seems to be where they're having success, is on his side of the zone. So we'll see if the Rebels keep attacking that. Heading with the pull-up three. Marshall with the rebound. Hit the corner. Good look by Hedden. Morgan can't finish. Same team. Travel.
Yeah.
So the Rebels and 2 guys on the boards, and just
We go from nobody wanting to attack the glass to 2 guys attacking each other for the ball. I'd rather have that.
yeah, Rebels are going to stay in that sort of full court man.
Forest Hill seems to have a hard time rebounding out of that zone. And that's, from my understanding, that's kind of something that can be a normal challenge out of the zone.
Riley tried to get into the defender right there. That was nice.
Yeah, good take by Hedden. Ooh. They're going to get him for a little reach around.
That's kind of petty in my book, but
34-26, Telstar Rebels in the lead. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Number 3 for Forest Hills, Ryan Bergen to the line.
Some of the fans are questioning if that was a foul or not, but just don't reach. Like, when you reach, people go by. Your feet stop moving when you reach. Don't reach.
Is that what Coach Kimball's saying to Riley right now?
I think so. I know he can't stand reaching. And there's a difference between reaching and dribble tipping. Like, somebody else is playing the guy and you try to tip the ball from them. But Riley's is just a straight reach. We're doing a lot of we're looking like Valley right now. Like, drive, dish, recover. If they recover, do it again. What do they call there?
they call the travel.
That was for Danny.
Yeah, a little extra stutter step. I just want to see them utilize that corner again. They're able to get baseline, and they have wide open looks in the corner. So let's keep pounding that. And like you said, let's get Dupre over there. Good take by Des Jardins again. Tracy, he's going to have 20 yet?
Yep, 21 by my count. Out of 30. I mean, to me, the defensive strategy for the Rebels should be pretty simple coming into the half.
Yes, it should be. We'll talk about that in a second. I love our freshmen's boys, like that shot fake. He keeps shot faking from the corner and getting to the rim.
Yeah.
Now, Danny, I know you like that corner three as I do. When he goes there, if somebody would just replace him in that corner, he would be open every time for a kick. Yeah. That's next play.
And what's opening up that baseline drive for him is that he made those 2 threes.
Yeah.
Little extra step there, and that we had a couple of those last night, so
We can't say anything.
no, we're owed a few bank threes. But that gets Forest Hills right back in the game here. Rebels had an 8-point lead.
Yeah, about, I think.
And now it's down to 1. Hedden trying to make it back to 4. Does. That's his 3rd 3 of the game. He probably averages 4 or 5 a game, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I think that's safe.
That might be on the low end. Des Jardins keeps firing.
That kid's special.
He's going to be a 1,000-point scorer if he's a freshman scoring like this.
By the end of his sophomore year.
Yeah. I know. Are there many 2,000-point scorers out there?
Oh, good pass by Doherty. Morgan unable to finish, but Marshall cleans it up. Another good play by the freshman there to create that. Another good take by. Right now, it's a battle of the freshmen.
I mean, like you were talking about, like the confidence that you need as a freshman to do something like that is.
This kid has, what, 24 points?
Yep.
He's on pace for a 50-point game as a freshman.
I got him at 26 right now.
So after the first period, after the first half, it's 39-38, Rebels up 1. And we'll be back in a few minutes here with the second half. Western Hills Access Television, YouTube. I'm Danny Whitney, joined by Andy Whitney, Mike Pelletier, Jewel Clark on the camera, Josh Morton doing the work behind the scenes. We'll be back in a few minutes with the second half. All right, we're back here for the second half. Rebels versus Forest Hill Tigers. 39-38, Rebels with a 1-point lead heading into the second half. And so far tonight, story of the game's been the freshman. Jackson Desjardins for Forest Hills with 26 first half points, and freshman for the Rebels, Alex Doherty with 8. What do we want to see in the second half here?
I will say Alex did his 8 points in like 6 minutes or 5 minutes of time.
Yep.
So that was a great little run for Alex, who's going to have a good future for us.
So we talked about the energy and containing Desjardins as the two kind of key points for the Rebels here.
Absolutely. That's a nice seat. Drive, draw, dish. It's a simple game. Make 2, play 1, and then make the pass. We want to see a much better intensity level. We want to see more communicating. I can hear talking. Grady's talking right now. We got our longest player on Desjardins, and that was a nice thing. I think we're going to see the Rebels kind of face guard him going forward and not allow him to score 26 points this half. If we limit him to 10, I think we win this going away.
Dupre with a pull-up jumper. So Kellogg with that last bucket for the Rebels, and he had a nice move in the first half as well. I'd like to see him get him the ball a little bit more. Get away with the extra step there. Could have been a jump, could have been a travel. It's going to end up with no call. Desjardins to inbounds. We got to keep an eye on him pop into the corner here.
Yep.
Good call, dude.
Got a tip on that.
Kellogg comes away with a loose ball.
Good defense so far for the Rebels.
Hedden for 3.
And there's Brody.
And Hedden comes up a little limp there. Hopefully he's all right. Didn't see what happened. Did he get undercut there on this jump shot?
I think so. I think he just kind of rolled his ankle a little bit. He's good. He gave the thumbs up to coach. When you roll your ankle, you're better off, if it's not severe, to just keep playing.
Looks like coach is going to get Doherty back in the game, though. Probably for Hedden was what he's thinking. He's going to keep him at the scorer's table. Dupre with the rebound, but then loses it.
Maybe a little bump there, but I don't know. I didn't think that was a foul. I think that was a good no call.
So they are going to just make sure Hedden's all set here. Freshman Alex Doherty back in the game. As we mentioned, good first half for him.
You went from number 10 on the depth chart to number 1.
Yeah, he's the 6th man right now. Rebels started the second half with their starters.
Peyton Pritchard of the Telstar Rebels.
There's a new face for the Forest Hills, number 3.
Ryan.
I think that's a win, though. Just forcing someone else to score for them. Let's see if some other players can do it for them.
41-41.
Well,
6 minutes to play.
I agree, Mike. I'd like to see them take the Bill Belichick approach. Take the best player out and then make the rest of the team try to beat you.
And we commented on the Rebels attacking Desjardins on defense, but he comes away with the steal there.
I don't know whose idea that was. I agree. I think he's weak defensively. As a younger player, you just think you can, especially when you can score like him, you can just think you can outscore. Defense isn't all that important.
Plus, I'd just like to see him obviously in the second half it's a little late, but the first half, you like to see him attack and maybe get him into some foul trouble.
Yeah.
Still lacking energy.
Yeah, so, the gym as a whole, just a kind of a dull day. Dupre off the dribble. Good take there.
Nice finish.
I want to see more of that. That's a nice finish.
Of course, he's a lefty, and I think, players don't always know that at this level. They get so used to them being right-handed strong.
Desjardins on the post, not able to finish. Cooper Morgan up the head to Doherty. Doherty right to the basket. Spin move.
Oh!
Now, I know I call for travels, but I didn't see one there.
That was a really nice play either way.
And he finished it too. I had him in his and one. Good dish.
Lucky here with some missed layups by Forest Hills. There we go, Brody. Hard to the rim, Brody.
Kellogg unable to finish. Rebels are fighting for those boards, but they can't finish either.
I was thinking the same thing, Mike. The Rebels have got away with a lot of layups.
Brother.
Rebels just got away with a foul down here, and that would have been Brody's 3rd. So we'll take that break. Desjardins back the other way, pulls it up.
Yep.
So there he is, 44-43 now. Forest Hills in the lead.
He claps for himself every time he scores a three. It's kind of cute right now, but as he gets older, he needs to stop that.
Morgan to Morgan. Billings getting ready to check in here for the Rebels. Dupre up top. He'll pull it.
Billings brought some energy when he came in after in the first half.
And again, I don't mind. I like to see Dupre shoot, but I'd just like to see a little more movement before we shoot on that. That's not his strength. He's shooting off the dribble.
I was just going to say that our new analytics that we have programmed can probably tell us, but his three-point shooting percentage off the dribble versus catch and shoot, I bet it's 20% different. I bet he's 40 plus catch and shoot, and I bet he's 20 or below dribble and shoot.
Hedden and Billings check in for Doherty and Morgan Cooper. So Hedden just good. His ankle looks like he's good to go. Good look there by Billings over to Dupre. Dupre again with a dribble shoot.
Again, Connor knows. I know he can take it, but Connor, I don't understand that shot either. He had a catch and shoot, and then he takes one dribble, goes about 1 foot from a three to a long two, and fires it.
And I saw Coach Kimball say something to him, probably to that effect. Hedden with the ball, over to Billings. Kellogg calling for it in the middle.
No, that's a good three. Inside out. Wow. Amazing how well they go. Danny, I'm terrible at marking threes. I need to be fired.
Nice.
Job, Connor.
Connor with a layup. That's where he's had his success today. He's getting to the hoop.
Someone's got to help him back.
The shuffle step travel there. Rebound Brody Morgan.
Rebels got away in
Yeah, Rebels looking to run here. Back to Hedden.
Oh, he's leaning.
Tigers with the board.
I know, like, I'm probably being really picky with that, but when Hedden went up with that shot, he leaned off to the left, and he didn't need to in that case. I'd rather see him go straight up. But
again, we talk about this. We just talked about Connor's three-point percentage rate going down. I tell Riley all the time, when his energy is going to the rim, he's close to a 50% shooter, and when he drifts left or right, it goes way down, like below 20 once again. And I'm getting tired, and again, I'm going to be hard on some of these kids, of Riley letting people go by and reach. Your whole defense breaks down, and I think there needs to be consequences for that. Like, if it's not winning basketball, and we're never going to be able to compete with that upper
echelon.
Thank you, Danny. Team of Valley, if that's how you're going to play.
And he's quick too, so he can do it. It's just a matter of the will.
It's a habit. It's just a bad habit that he's gotten into, and we're allowing him to continue doing that. And this is the one way to take away a bad habit. Let's put you on the bench, because everyone wants playing time, and coach has enough players to do that.
And I think you mentioned habits. I think some of those bad habits are developed during games such as the other night against Rangeley when it's 87-21, and you just don't. You can get away with that.
It's called fool's gold.
Yeah. So the Rebels up 2 points here, 48-46. Forest Hills took that timeout off a make.
Did you see who made that for them?
I think it was number 3, but I'm not certain.
We'll give Ryan Bourgogne the.
He's probably their second leading scorer, right?
He's got 7. Yep. Yeah. So I've got Bourgogne with 7, Nadeau with 5. Blaine Nadeau with 5, and Aiden Nadeau with 1, and then Des Jardins with the rest.
Yeah. So Brody's going to play the point here. It's not a great possession off a timeout there.
You know, to me, if you're coming up on the point, you got to be more in the middle of the court and get over to that side to increase your angle.
And that's going to stay Tiger ball. I thought that was Rebels, but this should be white. I think. No. He missed that one. Let's see. Yeah, I think he just. Yeah, it's gonna be Tiger ball here.
Okay.
I think they missed that one, but.
So play defense and don't let a mistake turn into points.
Yeah. And it's gonna. Well, are they gonna go to the line? I think it's gonna be underneath. Yeah. So Tiger ball underneath. Desjardins going to inbound, so again, let's keep an eye on him. Dupre's on him. Inbound over the top. Nobody's looking at the ball.
Good
That's
hustle.
backcourt.
Good hustle.
Thought that could have been a backcourt.
Danny being a fan, I love it.
Oh, come on.
And that's going to be 3
No,
on Brody.
No.
That was good defense.
Yeah,
That was good defense.
this official's going to hear it here in a moment from the crowd. So
He was showing his hands. He was moving his feet. That's not a good.
Is that going to be 4 on Brody?
that's 3. It's only
it's
3.
3? Okay. Well,
3 on Brody. So he's all right. It's
Now,
almost
do you
the
think
fourth.
about taking him out and putting him back into the 4th so he doesn't pick up that 4th foul in the 3rd?
No, he needs to learn to play with him.
Dakota? Now,
Nice
a good follow by Hedden. Now, Dakota provided a spark in the first half. Let's see if he can do that here. The Rebels are going to go right into the full court man off the make.
So coach has asked Connor. He was face guarding him, and he's going to try to ball hawk him. And there we go. Yeah, there's that reach.
Good pull up. It's good finish. That's a foul after the ball.
Incidental contact there. 2 more for Des Jardins. So let's see, Johnny Marshall checking in for Brody. So he is going to take Brody out for a couple minutes. Probably put him back in the 4th. 50-48, Rebels on top. Johnny Marshall.
There you go.
Good look there by Hedden. Rebels right into that press.
He can do that every time if he.
Can. You just need him to believe it.
Yes.
See if we can create a little energy off that. Rebels up 4 here. They've been ahead as much as 8. They haven't trailed since probably the first quarter. Got down to 1 at one point, but Forest Hills has been unable to take the lead. Kellogg to Dupre.
Forest Hill seems to be in a zone still, so there you go.
Nice take by Connor. Getting the rim much more.
Yeah, and that's where he's had a success tonight. Free throw line in the rim.
What's he got? Good defense. That's great.
He is.
Great defense.
Yep.
Excellent.
I have Dupre unofficially at 12.
You got numbers.
1-3, 3 foul shots, and 3 twos. Dupre in the corner. Let's move that ball quicker if we want to get that open look.
Yep.
More reaching there.
It's all right. It's good defense. He didn't get the ball, but it's still good defense. He stopped the fast break.
54-48, Rebels on top.
I have to disagree with my co-worker. It's never good defense to reach, ever.
You know, I said it, and I said you're going to say the exact same thing. So the outcome, I guess, was good. Maybe.
And that's actually more bad because it makes you think you can get away with it. You're right. It did stop it. No harm done other than it's the bad habit continuing.
So you'd probably like to see him get his feet around quicker and get back between the man and the
He
basket.
had him pinned on the sideline. He could have just kept. He was going nowhere to the corner. Please keep going.
Yeah.
So the Rebels are going to go with Dupre, Hedden, Marshall, Dakota Cielo, and Grady Kellogg.
Nothing good happens on the sideline, whether you have the ball or whether they have the ball. So use it as another defender, Danny. I think I heard you mention that in the previous game.
They run a double screen here. Kellogg read it. Unfortunately, bounces right back to the. We'll see what the Rebels can do here. Up 6, just under a minute to play in the 3rd. Hedden going to run the point.
That's some spacing. They don't often play with both bigs, so they have both Grady and Johnny in. That's a no call.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
That's a no call. This official is
yeah, he's
having a tough run for us.
yeah. Just Johnny's second.
I didn't agree with that call. That should have been a no call.
Tigers slowing it down. They're going to probably look for one shot. Well, I guess not.
Nice block.
Hedden with the ball, nothing, no numbers. We'll see what he does. Hedden for 2. So Hedden's the Rebels' leading scorer.
Yeah,
I saw Coach Thurlow calling for a travel over there.
I did. He got right into that.
Coach Thurlow was known to get after the refs a little bit back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And he's doing it right now.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be.
That's going to be number 3 on Johnny. But
Where'd he go?
yeah, 5 seconds left. I'd take him out just for the last 5 seconds just so he doesn't pick up the 4th. But we'll see what Coach Kimball does. So Rebels.
Three's a pretty tough. Was it 3 or 2 that just got clobbered by Johnny? He's a pretty tough kid. He bounced right up.
I think it was 2.
So, yeah.
They're gonna give him a
Wow,
blow.
yeah. I think Johnny's leg outweighs him. He went down hard.
So we are in the bonus. So he's not going to be able to come out of the game, actually.
If it was him, maybe.
I think it was, but they've. Can you do that?
No.
He has to shoot.
They might be able to if it's an injury.
For an injury, yeah.
But can he can still re-enter though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to shoot these shots.
Right.
But he can come back in the game.
Yeah. So 21 is going to shoot these free throws. Carry Begay.
Yay.
Bank. Not open Saturday.
So I haven't seen him play yet. So does he have to shoot the shots because he's going in for that player?
Yeah.
Okay. They can't choose.
Coach was not. Some crafty coaches, maybe if he knew number 2 was a terrible free throw shooter and that he was in the bonus, would sub him for a really good shooter.
Yeah.
But that was not the case there. He had no idea we were in the bonus. He was just looking out for his player to make sure he didn't have any type of head injury.
So after 3 quarters, the Rebels on top, 56-48. We're here on Western Hills Access Television, YouTube. I'm Danny Whitney, joined by Mike Pelletier, Andy Whitney, Jewel Clark on the camera, Josh Moore behind the scenes. We're going to do a 50-50 raffle here. So listening to that.
1851084. 1851084.
No winner up here in the booth. I see Coach Thurlow and his son looking at their tickets.
They got a whole arm length over
He's
there.
looking. No movement from the crowd yet.
We got Dan Hart over there in the corner also.
Dan Hart, a staple at the Augusta Civic Center during tournament time, MPA, big basketball fan, former principal.
Here,
Guidance
man.
counselor.
Yeah.
Before that, he was my guidance counselor.
Yeah, my principal.
One more time.
Coach Kimball talking to the ref here.
1084.
We're still looking for the 50-50 winner. Let's see if we can we get over to Coach Kimball when you get a chance, Jewel? He's having a solid
Animated,
conversation with the ref.
What he's saying is, I really like you, but that other guy, what is he thinking?
Yeah, sorry, I got you.
So you were talking about Mark Thurlow. I'll tell a quick Mark Thurlow story. One time we were losing. It was a pretty poorly officiated game, and Mark Thurlow called a timeout. And I thought he was going to yell at us because we weren't playing very great either. We all came over here in the huddle, and he called a 1-minute timeout. Mark Thurlow went out into the half court and spent the entire minute yelling at the officials. And then he walked back to us, told us to get out there and play, and he never got thrown out of a basketball game.
Yeah, I think most of the officials knew him because he coached so long, so they knew what to expect. But
yeah, he would give him heck during the game, and then be their best buddy after the game. So
Cielo for 3, no go. Johnny Marshall fighting for that board.
Nice job, Johnny.
there we go.
More of that.
Rebels with a 10-point lead here.
Probably one of their biggest leads in the night.
I think the biggest, first double-digit
It
lead.
is, and earlier on that possession, they guard dropped. So they ball went into the post, and number 5 does Jardin, correct? And then Brody guard dropped and stripped the ball from them. That created that offensive possession. There's another turnover.
Heading to the basket, back to Morgan,
Skip it.
to Dupre.
3 we want.
He's a little short.
That's
Little
okay.
short. Cielo is there.
That's all we want.
Yeah, you can see that. Just came off his hand wrong.
So the Rebels start the 4th with Dupre, Morgan, Brody Morgan, Riley Hedden, Dakota Cielo, and John Marshall. And the Rebels.
I'd like to see the freshman.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, though, the Rebels have done a nice job containing Des Jardins for the second half. I think that's the difference. That's the reason they
Connor face guarded.
Yeah, Des Jardins has 6 points so far this half.
fires that one, but that we'll take that shot all day if you're the Rebels. Morgan to Dupre, right to the basket.
Nice.
Good take.
He needed to shoot that on the other side of the rim.
Des Jardins back the other way. That's a good pass.
Yeah. That's very good. 2.
Maybe a little bit lucky that somebody was there, but got the trick done. 8-point game here. Morgan with the ball at the top of the key. He gets 2. He's had a quiet game, 7 points for Brody.
Well, the Rebels certainly picked up their points in the paint here, I think, the last quarter or so.
And they have taken less threes than typical. The unofficial count is somewhere around a dozen.
Taken or made?
Taken.
No, I had. I
More than that? I think we're under 20.
I agree with that.
And made, we have about half a dozen. Hedden's leading the way for the Rebels in scoring. Dakota hesitated, but still makes it. He's had a good game defensively and has 5 points on the offensive end.
He's had an impactful game.
Rebels would, again, extend that lead, the biggest lead of the night.
22.
Sean Marion shot there. I don't know if you guys remember that name, but
Oh, yeah.
shoot it from the hip. It worked for him, and it worked there. John Marshall with another 2. He's got 8 points coming alive here in the second half. That's a travel. We'll take the fast break. Dupre to the hoop.
Oh, just a little short.
Marshall
Blocked by the rim. He's doing the right thing, though.
Cielo with 2 more. Another little injury here for the Tigers. Dakota Cielo now with 7.
This is number 11, Aiden Nadeau going in for the Tigers. Looks like number 3, Ryan Borjon, coming out with maybe a little injury.
Watch Connor and just watch how he's just not worrying about team defense at all, just face guarding.
Again, you'll take that shot.
Yeah,
I mean, he's made some of those, but
He's making it difficult for him.
yeah.
Nice halftime adjustment.
Yeah, good job by Coach Kimball to recognize that Des Jardins had a big first half and was able to make that adjustment.
You got to also wonder how much, especially being so young, how much fatigue plays a role in it. I mean, unless you've done it, scoring 20-plus points in a high school basketball game is not easy. It takes a lot of energy, and you know how much that plays a role in his second half woes. I say woes. I mean, he still played very well.
I think it's the defense. I think he had plenty of energy thinking he could have a 50-point night. I think the adjustment, his points were so much, his attempts were so much easier in the first half.
Yeah.
And he's had to work more for these second half attempts. Nice job, Johnny. I like that.
Good take, just needed a little softer touch there.
Yeah.
67-53, Rebels on top, halfway through the fourth quarter.
Connor face guard.
You see here Mike talking about Connor doing a nice job on Des Jardins, denying him the ball. 22 is hoisted.
We're not boxing out. Look up. Johnny's open.
22 Maddox Cuddy has been hoisting him up. Rebels will retain possession, and Johnny's down here. Let's hope he pops up. He will.
Yeah.
Reggie Billing is going to get back in the game. He'll give Dakota below.
Nice job, Dakota. Dakota had a nice game tonight. Brought us energy in that second quarter, which really got the crowd into it a little bit, got us turned around, and had a nice little 5-point run in that fourth, I'm sorry.
Brody with the ball. Good look.
There's the corner 3.
You almost know when it's going.
Almost got it.
Yeah, you do almost know. I wish you could make legal wagers like when it leaves his hands. Because we'd be making some money today. Right? We both knew that was it when he left his hands.
Yeah, and it's as much when it leaves the hand as it is the look in general.
Exactly, the type of 3 he's shooting.
And again, we've drilled this point to death, but that last 3 by Dupre was created by in and out.
Yeah.
Into Marshall, back to Dupre.
And I know Marshall's missed the last couple shots, but I think they're good shots, and I really want them to keep taking those.
I agree with you, Andy. And we need to drill these points because, again, what we care about is the boys getting better. And from having experience with every one of these players, or most of these players, are going to go home and watch this game, and that's cool. And then our film that my mother or Brooks, when they're videoing, they send it to a company that takes all of that with analytics and breaks down the most detailed stats for these kids. So,
Really? And
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Another 2 for Connor Dupre attacking. That's been his success tonight. Yeah, that's a cool tool for these kids, and I think sometimes just having this bird's eye view up here, we do have the ability to see some stuff that you don't necessarily see when you're down on the court.
There's that good 3. Good look, though.
Marshall fighting for the board.
I feel like Forest Hills has kind of waved the flag, which I'm a little surprised, but I've seen their effort in the last 4 minutes kind of.
Yeah, it seems like as Des Jardins go, they go, and the Rebels have shut him down. So
We also said if you hold him to 10 in the second half, the Rebels will win going away, and has he scored 10 this half?
he's probably got close to 10, but
He's at 34 now, 33 now, so
he's got 7. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And the Rebels are winning going away.
Yeah. 72-55, 2.5 minutes to play in the 4th.
But I mean, that's a win. I think
Dupre back to the basket.
One of you mentioned 10 points. I think if you held them to, was that?
I did.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
you mentioned 10 points. So I mean, if they're probably on track to do that.
Number 50, Gage Berry, checking in for the Rebels. Going to get a few minutes here. Talked about his. The last time we saw him, we talked about his mullet. I think you were a little jealous of it.
I'm extremely jealous. It's beautiful. The confidence, the way it waves when he runs. I bet money Gage makes a nice little. Gage has got a really good post, soft touch down. He's a lefty, so like you said, Andy, it takes players a while to realize he's a lefty. But he's got such a nice shot, such a nice touch down low.
There he is.
Already making an impact.
And Doherty also checking back in. Here's Doherty.
In the corner.
Good look, though.
Yeah, he made.
Dupre with the ball.
Pull it up.
Good take by Dupre. That's Dupre and Hedden are battling for the leading scorer tonight for the Rebels. I haven't totaled it up, but it's going to be close.
So Connor and I had a talk via text
That's a good
message.
look.
Nice job, way to run the floor. Until tonight, he hadn't shot a free throw, and that means you're not going to the basket.
Really?
And 2 games ago, not 2 games ago when they won going away, he struggled shooting a little bit, and I said to him that lots of times there are 2 things that never take a night off: defense, because it's not based on nerves, it's just effort, and then going to the rim. So if you're not feeling it from the outside, take the ball to the rim, and he's clearly made that adjustment. He had the best game I've seen him have going to the basket tonight, and he missed a lot of layups too. I mean, he could have had a lot more.
Yeah.
I was talking with Coach Thurlow at halftime, and we were kind of talking about something similar about them going to the basket more and about the effort, and how you should always have the effort on defense.
Absolutely.
And if you have, the effort starts. Sometimes you see players, they make a couple shots and then they pick up the effort on defense, and it's like, no, it should work the other way around. Start on defense and then let that transition into the effort on offense.
I agree totally.
So the Rebels are also going to get check-in number 13. Is that Elliot Norton? I don't think we've seen him yet today.
We have not.
And he played some substantial minutes in the last couple of games. So, yeah, Coach definitely mixing the rotations up.
It's a good luxury to have.
Elliot is a senior.
Who do you think defensive player of the game?
I think it's a 2-man race between Dakota and Connor. I think you got to give it to Connor just because of the way he shut down.
I think so too. I think holding Desjardins from 26 in the first half to 8 in the second half totally changed the complexion of this game, and I think Connor gets it.
Yeah, so that's number 4 for him.
Yes, it is.
And he's gonna, like I said, he's gonna be close to being the leading scorer. We'll do some totaling here, and
he's all smiles. He just looked up here. His sister practically lives at my house on the weekends.
Forest Hills, they started off pretty strong from the free throw line, but they have missed quite a few of their last free throws. They're currently 11 makes and 5 misses. And Telstar probably needs to improve their free throws.
There's Gage down low. Oh, he got fouled there.
So 35 seconds to play here. Forest Hills versus the Telstar Rebels, 78-55. So the Rebels are going to get bounced back here and get the victory after a tough loss last night. They'll improve to 4-1, I believe. And again, not sure when their next game is. After Christmas, it will be away. We won't be home again until the end of January. But you can find the Rebels on some of the other local broadcasts if you are looking to watch them during that time. So
I think if you get on and Google, Telstar High School basketball, it probably will pop right up.
So Brody will let the clock run out here. We'll run down some unofficial scoring. We'll start with the Forest Hills varsity boys.
So I have Ryan Borglund with 7 points, Blaine Nadeau with 7 points, Maddox Cuddy with 3 points, Aiden Nadeau with 1 point, and Jackson Desjardins with 33 points.
And for the Rebels, Grady Kellogg with 4, Riley Hedden with 18, Cooper Morgan with 3, Brody Morgan with 8, Jonathan Marshall with 8, Gage Berry with 2, Dakota Cielo with 7, Alex Doherty with 10, and the defensive player of the game, also the leading scorer for the Rebels unofficially, with 19. So again, we'll be back on the 24th of January. I don't know who they play, but we'll be back for the 24th of January. Rebels are away next week. Christmas tournament, I believe.
No, here.
Oh, a home Christmas
Here,
tournament.
yeah.
Okay, but we won't be televising that. And again, I'm Danny Whitney, Western Hills Access Television.
Just a reminder, there are only 4 home games left.
4 home games
Yeah,
left.
we've already done 5. They play 18 games, 9 home games, so there are only 4 games left. So we're away for basically a month, and then we're back for 4 more games.
Alrighty, so Danny Whitney, Western Hills Access Television, YouTube, with Michael Pelletier, Andy Whitney, Joel Clark on the camera, Josh Morton behind the scenes. We thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you on the 24th of January.